I'm just going to keep on going on this. Okay, just did a video after the last video, and of course it just disappeared. That's very frustrating. I've got to find out how to use the other system so that actually I have a recording in case YouTube rejects it, which looks like might be something that commonly happens. Alright, well, let's see. It's really blithering on, so I notice I don't get to the point. I just, well, that's just not, there's no point. I am not going to always be able to make this come to a conclusion. So let me just say, I have had my history of different times in my life where, believe this or believe that and everything. And I think at this time, I think I've really taken on this label of being an agnostic that I've really felt strongly about rejecting before, and whatever it's worth, accepting a label after you've rejected it for what is now a much longer time, I guess. I can see myself going on for many years just still being agnostic. There may be a change, you never know, One things about being agnostic is you try to live with your own doubt. Try not to exclude it or exclude it much. And I guess it's part of it that I've become more comfortable with my doubt. There's just something that, to me, I feel much more comfortable with it. I've defined myself differently, and part of it, I think, is how much of the conversation I've heard in the great religion debate. And boy, I really want to get into that religion debate. It's something that really interests me, and I have to come from being a person that defines themselves as agnostic, and hopefully make myself clear about anything that I think I differ from. What are the most common ways people define being agnostic? Here's that point I wanted to make. I think I know I mentioned it in the last video, but that's gone now. But in the first video where I was talking, brought up the agnostic thing, I see there was a thing where Dawkins, I think he was following on something that Jung said, that there were like 7 categories on the spectrum between 100% theist and 100% atheist. Don't yell at me if that's not exact. And they put being agnostic right in the middle, and don't want to be there. Being agnostic, I want to say there's there's things I'd really like to ally with myself with the things that I think are important, that I believe the atheist community does believe important. But I really have to be honest about how I handle theism. Is it totally gone from my life? No. Do I categorize categorize a lot of it as being wishful thinking. I think that's a possibility. I just want to say this and sort things out in my head, maybe eventually have a conversation about it, and get agnosticism out there more than I think I've really experienced with all that's the debate on YouTube. I mean, I wish it'd be more interesting if it was in my personal life, but yes, people just find many of the topics that I'm interested in very boring. So a lot of topics just never come up in my personal life. But that's why we have YouTube, so we can bring all this stuff up and see what happens. Okay, I feel good about that. I hope there was something in there. All right. Thank you.